The Secret of the Wishing Well. There once was a quiet little village surrounded by tall green hills, wide meadows, and golden sunlight that touched every roof each morning. In the heart of that peaceful place stood something ancient, an old stone well. People called it the Wishing Well. It had been there for as long as anyone could remember. The stones around it were covered with moss, and the water inside shimmered softly, even on cloudy days. It was said that long ago, the well had granted real wishes. People came from faraway places, bringing shiny silver coins, closing their eyes, and whispering dreams into the depths. Some wished for love, others for wealth, and some for healing. And for many years, those wishes did come true. But behind the magic of the well was a secret that no one in the village truly knew. Deep beneath the cool water lived a gentle spirit named Leora, the guardian of the well and the keeper of human dreams. She was made of light and kindness, and her heart glowed like the stars. Her gift was simple. She could hear the truth in people's wishes. Leora could tell when someone's wish came from love or from greed, and whenever a wish came from a good heart, one that cared more for others than for itself, she made that wish bloom into reality. For hundreds of years, her light shone strong. When a farmer prayed for rain to save his crops, Leora called clouds from miles away. When a lost child cried in the dark forest, she lit fireflies to guide him home. When an old woman wished to see her son return safely from war, she whispered hope into the soldier's dreams. But slowly, things began to change. People forgot the spirit of kindness. They began to see the well not as a place of hope, but as a tool for greed. They wished for gold, for power, for beauty. They dropped coins not with love, but with selfish hearts. And so Leora's magic began to fade. Her light dimmed. The well's waters lost their shine. Soon people stopped coming altogether. They said the well had lost its magic. They called it just an old hole in the ground. Leora stayed silent in the darkness, lonely and forgotten, waiting for someone whose wish came from love again. One day, many years later, a small boy named Eli walked into the forest near the edge of the village. Eli was poor. His clothes were torn. His shoes had holes, and his stomach often ached from hunger. He had no parents, only the memory of his mother's soft voice and the wooden bird she had carved for him before she died. That little wooden bird was Eli's treasure. Its wings were broken, and the paint had faded, but he carried it everywhere, holding it close whenever he felt alone. That day, as he wandered, he came across the old wishing well. He had heard stories about it from the elders, that it used to grant any wish. He looked down into the dark water, which reflected his small, tired face. He had no coin to throw, but he had something more precious, a wish that came from the heart. He whispered, "I don't want gold. I don't want food. I just wish I could see my mother smile again." Then he dropped the broken wooden bird into the well. For a moment, nothing happened. The forest was silent. The wind stopped. Even the leaves held their breath. Then suddenly the water began to shimmer. Soft golden ripples spread outward. A warm light rose slowly from the depths, and from that light a beautiful figure appeared, shining like sunlight on water. It was Leora, the spirit of the well. She smiled at the boy and said gently, "Your wish is pure, little one. I cannot bring your mother back, but I can give you the smile she left within your heart." Eli didn't fully understand, but as she spoke, he felt something warm and bright inside him. His heart felt lighter than it had in years. He smiled, not from happiness, but from peace. Days passed, and Eli continued to live as he always did. But something inside him had changed. He started to help people in small ways. When he saw an old man struggling to carry firewood, Eli helped without being asked. When a hungry child cried, he shared the little bread he had. When the village carpenter's tools broke, Eli offered to fix them even though he was just a boy. And strange things began to happen around him. Wherever Eli went, flowers bloomed. The air felt warmer. People felt calmer. Quarrels ended more quickly. The villagers began to notice. They whispered, "There's something special about that boy." Even the old wishing well seemed to glow faintly at night, as if the light inside had awakened once more. Eli didn't know it, but Leora's magic was alive again. Through him, one night, Eli had a dream. He was standing beside the well under a sky full of stars. The water glowed and Leora appeared before him again. She said softly, "Eli, you have done what no one else could. You brought kindness back into people's hearts. My magic was never meant to grant wishes of greed. It was meant to remind people that love is the greatest power of all." Eli looked at her and asked, "So, the wishing well doesn't make wishes come true?" Leora smiled. "No, my child. The well only listens. It listens for the sound of love. And when someone's heart is pure, that love itself becomes magic. You don't have to wait for wishes to come true. You can be the wish." Then she placed her hand on his head and the dream faded into golden light. When Eli woke up, the morning sun was shining brightly through the trees. He ran to the well, kneeled beside it and whispered, "Thank you, Leora. I understand now." He told everyone in the village what he had learned. The wishing well doesn't grant wishes. It teaches us how to become them. At first, people didn't understand, but then they saw how Eli lived. Always helping, always smiling. And slowly, they began to change too. The villagers stopped throwing coins into the well. Instead, they began helping each other, sharing food, rebuilding homes, comforting the lonely. The village became a place of kindness again. The well grew quiet, but it was never empty, for its magic now lived inside every heart that believed in goodness. And though no one could see her, Leora watched over them from the depths of the well, smiling, knowing that her purpose had been fulfilled. Moral of the story: the true secret of the wishing well is simple. Magic doesn't come from water or silver coins. It comes from the kindness we carry in our hearts and the love we share with others. Every good deed, every gentle word, every smile you give is a wish come true for someone in the world.